All right. Good morning and happy Friday, March 7, 2025, to all the students and staff here at WPA. Uh, Guys, I want to start this morning off on the right note. First of all, I need a shout out to the eighth grade teachers who were in the hallway today that saw some students acting or behaving in a manner that they shouldn't be behaving in and just kind of alerted me to let me know what was going on. Ended up talking to two young men who were about to make a bad decision based on some words exchanged during a activity in PE. It's amazing how many people will gather around to try to watch something happen or want something to happen. Where if we focus that energy on the right thing instead of trying to get people or trying to see something, um, trying to see two people make a bad choice, instead of putting that energy there and putting people in the right place and making sure we were pushing people forward, propelling them forward to do the right thing, we can turn this whole school, whole community around. So I do want to shout out to the eighth grade teachers who just kind of alerted me to some things that were kind of off about a couple of boys that were in the hallway. Students, there is no need to be hanging out in restrooms. That's where a lot of situations occur. You need to be back in class. It's not safe to be hanging out in restrooms, that tight, confined space with a lot of items around it. It can probably get you hurt. So you don't need to be in the restrooms, especially when events take place and people try to make other people get involved in altercations. Get out of the restroom. Go back to your classroom. Do what you need to do. Focus on what you need to focus on. We're a week away from spring break. Now, as you guys know, when it comes time to getting toward the break times, our administrative team, we get a little bit more strict when it comes to our consequences. So what that means is, yes, if you are misbehaving and acting in a manner that we don't deem appropriate, you will have an early spring break. We'll go ahead and get you started because we need to have a school where people are safe, that they can learn, that they're working toward a goal of getting the school to a C or better. Not even the school overall. It's just that's collective. If you work on your individual goal of getting yourself to be the best that you can be, our school will be the A or B school that I know it can be. So just work on yourself. Have your own mindset. Don't be persuaded by other people, especially when it comes to doing something negative. Do listen to adult directives. Do listen to what the adults are asking you to do. 9 times out of 10, actually almost 100% of the time, I'm sure that we're asking you to do something that's, legal. It's legal. It's morally right, and it's ethically right. We're not going to have you do anything that's not, that fall in those three categories. So listen to the adults. I do want to remind you, next week on Saturday, huge opportunity for you to volunteer or come out to our food distribution event that we're having here on Saturday, March 15th. That's going to be huge. Remember, giving away over 25,000 pounds of food. We're doing this with Feeding Gulf Coast and Angels of Hope, two organizations that's coming together with Warrenton Preparatory Academy to have this humongous food distribution event for our community. Teachers, if you want to volunteer, kids, if you want to volunteer, please plan to be out here at 6:45. I know it's super early to help us unload the truck, get things set up, and then we're going to be rocking and rolling. Teachers, if you also want to help, one thing that you can do, during these food drives, they often give out like loose fruit. So if you grocery shopping and you have some of those plastic bags around the house, if you want to give those plastic bags to myself and Miss Baruch, we can always use those, because what we'll do is when we're building the bags for the families, we'll put the loose fruit and everything in there, the potatoes, whatever they give us. So if you have some of those loose those loose bags, please, by all means, bring them in, because we can absolutely use those for the food distribution event. So, sorry, I'm getting a call. So please do give those things to us. That will help us greatly. I also want to remind teachers, ELA teachers, make sure that you have all of your students complete the student wellness survey. I did send out instructions on that this morning. If we can get that as close to 100% as possible, I appreciate that. Teachers, your staff wellness survey, please scan the QR code and get that done for us as well. I appreciate that as well. We did also talk about the food distribution event the following day on March 17th or March 16th. That is when we have the G Code event, a huge event. I wish I had like something to show you on it, but we're giving away 100 tickets for that. We're going to be starting to give those away next week, super early. So if your parents can take you to this event, that'll be special. These tickets are at like 20, 25 bucks a piece. So you are getting a wonderful opportunity to go see what's happening with this like step show and everything around the communities, the fraternities. I haven't been, but I'm looking forward to learning more about it. So those two things are happening next week. With that being said, folks, I think I'm ready to go ahead and do our Pledge of Allegiance. So please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, at this time, we will do our 1 minute of silent reflection. For me, I'm going to be reflecting on what I'm going to be doing next week. I'm very much looking forward to Friday of next week. But until then, until we get to next Friday, we have so much more that we have to do. We have to be responsible for so many different things, and we have to make sure that we do everything possible to be in school so that we can have a great spring break, do what we're supposed to do. I've said the same thing over and over again, but you guys know where my heart is. Take care of business, take care of yourself, and do what you're supposed to do. I look forward to seeing you in class. Strong minds and good hearts.